Okay, today I would like to teach you a very simple and very effective breathing exercise. I won't go into the details of the whys and all the other things. That will be in the description below. So this exercise is called 1, 4, 2, and if you just remember these three digits in this order, it'll be easy for you to remember this exercise. The 1 stands for inhalation, bringing the air in. The 4 stands for stopping, stopping your breath, holding your breath so as to allow for the interchange of CO2 and O2. The third phase, the 2, is for the exhalation, when you take the air out. And all you have to do is keep the proportions correctly. Second thing you need to understand is that you want to do 10 of these in a row every time you practice. You can do less, of course, or more, but if you do 10, it's like the difference between doing like one time would be like running 100 meters and obviously not getting a lot of fitness out of it if that's your practice. And 20 or 30 or 50, which would be like testing the marathon when you're not ready for it. It'll be a lot more exhausting. 10 at a time usually means you've done a good exercise for the breathing muscles. Diaphragm and all the intercostal muscles, the shoulder muscles, the back muscles. There's lots of muscles involved in breathing. You want to practice and train them. That's part of the reason why this exercise gives value. So you want it 10 at a time. You want it between 1 and 3 times a day, depending on how urgently you need to upgrade your energy. When we work with clients that need a boost of energy, very often we'll tell them 3 times a day, 10 times each session. And the last parameter is how much you start with, the 1. This is like X, Y, and Z is 3 parameters. It's not actually 1 second, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, unless you're 80 years old or with a very bad lung condition. It's rare that people go that far low. So instead, what we are going to start with is we're going to start with a very average number, which most people can handle to begin with. If it's too hard, you can go down. If it's too easy, you want to go up. We will do 5, 20, and 10. Okay, 1, 4, 2. 5 times 1 is 1. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10. Just once for those of you who have a hard time with math. Okay, so we'll be doing it together now. I'll be doing 2 rounds in a row. No need for more for this video. And then I'll give a few tips to make it easier for you at the end. Now, we start by actually exhaling. We inhale. Stop our breathing and hold it in. We don't need to choke. We're doing a 20-second count now. And we exhale 10. Again, 5. We stop for 20. And exhale. You don't have to make it noisy like me. I'm just making it clear for you. Now, here's a few tips that will make the exercise easier and more effective. The first tip, we are not balloons. Air doesn't just run out of our lungs if we don't choose it to run out of our lungs. Okay? Of course, if we hold it too long, eventually it will just, our muscles won't be able to hold it that long and our reflexes will kick in. But in most cases, during these exercises, you will not feel such urgency, which means that you should be able to relax your neck muscles. And if you do get to such an urgency, it means you're testing your limits too high and it's not really going to give you much value. You want to test it only to the comfortable level that will allow you to progress. A little bit of effort, 60% and no more. Okay, second tip. Second tip, you do not want to fill your lungs completely. If you inhale all the way that you can, leaving no space empty inside your lungs, it's very, very difficult to keep it from just running out after a few seconds. It's a lot more strenuous. So make sure to leave about 20% of your lungs void. In other words, without air. Only fill 80%. You'll find it a lot easier than filling it up any further. The third tip is that we created a special app that actually counts it for you. So that way you don't have to remember how many rounds you've done already. And you don't have to keep thinking 1, 2, 3. It just shows it on screen. You can just focus on the breathing itself. There's a lot of people that found it extremely useful, and that's why we'll be putting the link in below so you can use it too. And if there are questions, something that doesn't work for you, if it's difficult for you, if you don't understand the whole idea of this ratio, you're more than welcome to ask us below, and we will be glad to answer.